call this regular meeting of St. John Hudson Community to order. Welcome to all visitors.
We have two, since publication, the APTA fund information was in the packet that was sent to you, but it wasn't in the published agenda, and then negotiations would be an additional item that we need to discuss in executive session. We won't have action on that. It's down on section E, and then the other one, the APTA on section C.
I entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
President, I move to approve the agenda.
Second. Moving second to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Consent agenda. You have the minutes of the last regular meeting on your desktop, computer desktop. And financial statements and warrants for email as well as
No, we're emailing, just check register.
And then also on there is the board resolutions. If you want to say anything about those board resolutions. Everybody, we've been through those board resolutions before. We've approved them. Effort versus reading.
Continue to give myself in past years.
So we could do all three these.
Yes. Part of it.
And we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Is there further discussion? All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Thank you very much. Patron comments. We'll move on to business item number 1, organization for the 2012-2013 school year. First item to do organization is to elect the president. Need a motion for nomination for the president.
I would nominate Thurman as president.
Been moved and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Selection of vice president. Moved and seconded to nominate Stan as vice president. All in favor, right hand. At the same time.
President Stroke, who seconded the motion?
Chair.
Thank you.
Okay, appointments to school personnel for the 2013 school year. What we can do on these is go through the list, and then once we get through the list, we can just approve the list as revised, instead of doing each one separate. Is that all right with you? everybody? That's what we've done. Clerk is Leanne, treasurer Marla, school attorney Martin, official depository of funds is St. John National. Receipts is Mr. Bergman. Truancy officers are Andrea and Mike Bergen. Hearing officer is Josh Meyer. Board rep to the Goodman Scholarship Committee, that needs to be changed each year. Chad, you were this last year on that committee.
Oh, yeah. You want to come to read this?
Barb Alpers. Somebody writing it down. Board rep to the Centennial Scholarship. This needs to change each year. Carolyn is on that. Chad? You finding these? It's down a ways. I'm on page 6 of 9.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I should. You had all those resolutions that were in there. Board rep to the South Central Special Ed Co-op. I'll continue to do that. What we do. Alternate. Stand. All right. That's all right. Move on. Give other people opportunities. Okay. Members of the Library Advisory Board, Tom and Bill. Okay. It is as is. Hearing officers for free and reduced breakfast, Josh Meyer. Do that. Appointment to food service, Josh Meyer. Capers representative will be Julianne and Josh. Board rep to the local professional development council, Carolyn has served on that. Do they meet once a month on that?
Yeah. 30%.
Okay, Carolyn. Okay. Appointment to Governmental Relations Network member, Chad. A lot of emails on. Normally they couple 3 weekends. I get a lot of.
I know you've got the lumber stuff out there. Put something in the rep and contact.
Probably Dr. Kendall.
Yeah, it seems that it's done.
I'm not sure they have a, just a particular thing. Appointment to the Rec Commission Board, Donnie and Gerald Rudy. Do you know if those people were contacted?
I don't know.
No, they didn't.
It says multi-year appointment still current. May not be up.
It may not be.
We keep
That's the way I would read it, multi-year appointment is still current.
Yeah, and I can tell you that's right.
I will leave it as it is until further notice.
Pretty much going to change that if we need to.
Leave it and then what's wrong and we'll have to take action. Educational Foundation is as president, vice president. Information officer, Josh Meyer will do that. St. John News is an official paper. Activity fund treasurer Julianne. Building principal for 6 week would be Andrea. community representative Cornwell Scholarship. Now, why is that one not here?
Take the stairs.
Oh, okay. Budget. Good. You want to continue that?
It's fine. They have a very efficient system, so
That's all done with the Uber. And that's also, they have an attorney that oversees that.
I think this year they said, oh gosh,
Yeah, you forget
maybe I
the
shouldn't even state anything. It's- Yeah, oh, you were there, you sat right beside me, okay. You're that they've given
Oh, no,
since,
1.3 million. since
yeah,
we started.
since they've started, 1.3 million.
That's
Sorry.
It's 95. I think it's what Frank.
I thought it was 1.4.
I think it was, give or
You're
take 100,000.
close.
I think that's what he said, yeah, I think, 95, I think, is when we started.
I know it was over a million.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
And unfortunately, students are not being moved. We had 5 from St. John, 5 from Stafford, and 10 from Maxwell.
That's normal.
But goes to other school districts as well.
No,
Anybody
just
in the
goes to
county.
county.
As long as they're going to a Kansas school and they're graduates from
And they have 2.75 GPA.
It's not only freshman either.
They can
Yeah,
renew,
continuous.
everybody renews.
Yes, everybody
Yeah.
renews.
Well, it's unusual compared to when Tyler took
Yeah,
doing it.
some classes, it kind of varies.
There were a lot of scholarships.
Talk about scholarships. Every month we talk about scholarships.
Well, appreciate you serving on that. All right, now we have all these appointees. I would entertain a motion to approve the appointees as,
Mr. President, I move to appoint the appointees as presented.
Second.
moved and second to approve the appointees as presented. All those in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. All right, next item is our regular Board of Ed meeting dates and times. What Josh talked about those.
Nothing really out of the ordinary, just a March 4th when we have an elementary PE program on that date, so that's, I think that's in past years also. I do have a concern with the Monday regular meeting, with our budget. I'll talk a little bit more about that. We pressed for time. Julianne did contact the paper, if we can get that budget published in the paper that week, we'll be fine. So when we're talking about the budget, I'll have time where I can meet with you all. If we run into a situation where we present the budget at that regular meeting, and we have to change something, we won't get it published on time. So that's my only concern with that August meeting, but I'm convinced we can get it done, get it published. No.
I would say if you have any questions, the budget is going to be much different than what it has been in the past.
Correct.
It's going to be pretty similar on the same lines. If you have any questions, then you might visit with him ahead of time, prior to Monday. Just know that we're on time. It just has to be published. We don't have to take action at the time, but we need to make sure that that's what we want. We actually take action later. Not what I did, especially. Go ahead with her.
Yeah, or could be early. Okay.
Mr. President, accept the meeting dates and times as presented.
Moved and second your Board of Education meeting dates and times as presented. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Petty cash limits.
Nothing different there.
Mr. President, I move we approve the petty cash limits as presented.
Second.
And then second to approve the petty cash limits. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Banking designation.
Which we use more than one bank. It's, I understand the county does. There's a lot of number of banks that do this. That's the reason for this. This item.
Mr. President, I move we approve United Missouri Bank, United Missouri Bank, Financial Bank, Bank, Depositories.
Moving second to approve the United Missouri Bank, St. John National Bank, American State Bank as depositories for the SD 350 funds. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign. 7-0. Budget update.
Don't have a lot to share as far as what the budget's going to look like for the upcoming year, except approximate numbers. We're looking at maybe $28,000 in new money with additional money on the base state aid for people. Some things are different. I know Dr. Kimberly shared with you on some of the at-risk funding, that's changed. So I can't quote you a good number on that yet until I get the software and get some hard numbers there. Our valuation is up a few $1 million. We're approaching $1 million until I get those hard numbers, but that will help out on our mill levy for our local option budget. With our bond and interest fund. Year-end stuff, Julian is getting close to that. Share where we're at on that.
We should be, we made some final payments today. I should be able to get things pretty well tied down by Friday. It does not look like we will be having to get into the contingency fund this year. Account balances that we carry over typically should remain basically the same.
Did you say we should be getting, we should not be into?
No, we will not be tapping into the contingency fund. We still have an additional $56,000 in general state aid coming this week that will be deposited back into last fiscal year. And with that and reimbursements that were received over the year, we're looking at everything pretty much remaining the same.
So we didn't know if the teacher we hired last year is supposed to be paid out of contingency.
We will not need to do that. With the mild winter that we had, our utilities were down. So I think that's part of where we recognize some savings.
And there's some benefit to keeping that at, you're allowed 10% of your general fund to keep there. And it was going to go back down to 6%, but they authorized that to stay at 10%. Since we've had declining enrollment, our contingency fund is actually a little higher than 10%. Well, since our budget's been going down, that number has stayed the same, and it's higher than 10%. So once we take that out, we can only go back up to the actual 10%. So it benefits us to leave it there, because we can actually have a little bit more than 10% if we need it. On the timeline with the budget, I was mentioning this earlier, we should have it finalized by the end of the month. Julianne and I will meet with Gail Dennis or Craig Moonswater at the state and have them proof it for us. And then I will be available after that to meet with board members as needed, a group of 1 or 2, to explain things. That may help if you do see an issue that we need to address before that board meeting, we can do that. So I will make myself available whenever we need to do that if you have questions. So I'll be letting you know when it's been finalized. And then we'll publish it that week of our regular meeting. We'll have to have a special meeting for a hearing, probably the week of the 20th. And we have to have it certified through the state department, and the county clerk by August 25th. So that's what we're working on. Any questions on any of that?
Next item is the Center for Innovative School Leadership.
You do have a document on your computer desktop there. This is pretty much the same information. This is an effectiveness and efficiency review. This group is funded by some of the universities. It's out of Emporia State. You can kind of read through that, maybe you have a chance to look at the stuff that was sent in the packet. But in effect, what they're going to do is come out and collect a bunch of data, do some surveys on what we have here. Me being new and would help me get some direction in where we need to go. Have a third party look at what we do, compare us to some schools our size. There is a little bit of a cost associated with it. It's $1,000 for our size of school. There will be some work on our part, on the staff, to collect data, to get some of that together. And we would need to, if the board would like to, we need to, just get your consensus that this is something we want to at least pursue, and I can have them come out and explain in detail what they do, and we can officially decide then whether we want to pursue this.
Actually, talked to the same person before.
Okay. I've got a report from Lions that if you're interested in what a report looks like, what we might be getting, I can send that to you as well. Any questions you have about it?
Understanding is that we will give us some benchmarks on things like, we've had discussions before about whether the number, the amount of work we put toward custodial is in line with other buildings of our size and other places. And this will give us some benchmarks on things like that, right?
Yeah. And not only that, but anything that has to do with curriculum and instruction and those things. And I think for what they do, $1,000 is a bargain. So there is some funding from the state, the universities that helps cover that cost.
If this is something we want, can we approve it now?
I would feel better if he came out and presented, and then we officially approve it. I think that would be best. And then maybe at the next meeting, whenever I can get him here, he's got his penciled in already.
For the August meeting,
No, penciled in to do the review. The review would be after Christmas, sometime late winter, early spring sometime. I called them early because I knew it was, had to get on their schedule for wanting to do it this year, so. Okay, so is that, should I contact him? Okay.
Okay, next thing is the added agenda item, APTA fund.
Let me start this off, and then I'll turn it on over to Julianne here. This Harris fund accounting software is what we use. We host it here on site. That's what we have for all of our district finances and payroll and everything. This is the same company, basically the same software that we hosted here on our server. We need to take care of the backup and any updates that we have to take care of that and go through the updates. This would be an online system where all the uploads are done automatically. It's backed up on their server. So if you think about all of our stuff will be saved on in the cloud. Think of it that way on their server. Julianne, you want to share?
We've been having some consistent problems with, basically it's a timing out issue because of the lines that the information has to travel across from where the servers are to the different offices, particularly with the elementary office. When Marla's working, she will be in the middle of a process, it will time out, and it will corrupt the database. And basically everything she's just done is gone and has to be recreated. This has been an ongoing thing for the 3 years that I've been with the district, and I know that they had issues with it prior to that. That was what prompted me to contact Harris to see what else was out there. When I got the quote, there are some other things that are, they handle all of the payroll, state and federal tax changes, percentages, they update those automatically at the beginning of every year. They do all the software updates for the programming, they back all the data up, they're responsible for all of that. It is a web-based system, so for example, if I have a sick kid, but I have things I need to get done, I would have the ability to work at home. Or if I had to cover another office, right now, the software can only be used in the central office and on the elementary secretary's machine. Those are the only 3 places in the district that we can actually access the software. With the web-based program, we would be able to be anywhere and be able to access what we needed to do. Everything is password protected. There's administration levels that different people will have. Another big component of it that is, I think, a really good thing is there is an employee services web portal, which basically will allow all of our district staff to go in. They can pull copies of pay stubs, they can pull copies of prior year's W-2s, they can see what their leave balances are, they can do it from home in the evenings, they can do it, whenever they need to because it's all web-based. So there is some cost involved in doing the initial setup on this, but I also know that they're looking at phasing the server-based software that we are using currently out eventually. And so at some point in time, we will be looking at doing this. But I think this is a good solution to the problems that we're having. I think it will provide some nice services for our staff. And I think with our current IT situation, it's probably also not a bad thing to consider.
It's not cheap to start this out, you can see on the paper note there. Just to convert everything and provide the training and get it started, you're looking at $9,900. So it was sticker shock when you see that, and then $6,500 a year. Before we ask for approval, we just wanted to throw this out to you to get you thinking about it, get the sticker shock out of the way. We will have numbers for you on how much we pay for that anyway. We pay for support now.
And also we'll go back and
that system now.
do some analysis of what we've had to pay out in additional, because we have had to pay some additional money over and above our annual maintenance contract to fix some issues that we've experienced. So.
Can you speak to the reporting capabilities it has? Sometimes I have a perception that to be able to provide reports to us, you kind of manually have to do that and put it into an Excel spreadsheet or whatever. Are the reports any more automated with this?
I have not had an opportunity to go through the webinar that the sales rep sent to me. There's been other things that have been higher priority. I do plan to do that. But I do, from what I've read, it does have more reporting capabilities than what we currently have. So.
Bottom line, the software we have now is going to be obsolete, and we're going to have to do something. So.
What do our tech people say about this? As far as being able to log on at home for security, security?
I don't know that.
We haven't had enough to talk to our tech people.
Is our Mr. Smith, is that who you? I'd be curious to see what he thinks about being able to log on home. As far as people being able to hack on that.
This would be separate from the school. This is web-based, so that if you're outside the school, this would not have anything to do with the school. So the access to this would be like online banking to me, where it's posted someplace else out there, cyberspace.
Yeah, they wouldn't be accessing anything, any of our information here at school. It is our
But even
information.
our
Yeah.
online banking, we have security.
Well, I would think that this would be very secure from the standpoint of, you've got like the school choosing now. I can't see that
It's
any
as
type
secure as the individual chooses to make it with the passwords, right?
I will
I'm
follow
just
up.
asking what our tech people would say.
I will follow up and check with both Harris and see if I can get some guarantees as far as the security of the system and how it's being accessed. And I do understand your concern because there is a lot of confidential employee data that will be housed in this system, and it's a good thing to double check on.
Right. I just don't want any of our people or our student social security numbers or anything like that.
Yeah, we have all the personnel information.
Is there something from the, you work on the banking side, is there a way to check to see that you have or verify something secure? Other than,
I said yes.
other than listening to Stan?
Yeah, but it's usually the third-party provider that provides the security. You know, it would be on them if any of our people's information got out.
So that's I think probably should have put with there.
But it's on our, but it's on us to do our due diligence to make sure that they have.
Right, I'm just trying to see how we would verify with them that they secure stuff at a high level.
I can see a situation where it may not even be necessarily a systems problem, but it may not be subject to so much like hacking or something like that. But there may be security issues with if someone is working from home and that computer is visible to others, family or whatever. That's probably, I see that as more of a school work from home policy type of thing than it is a systematic IT policy, problem, which may not be the discussion for today, but.
We'll check, see what, I'm sure they have some sort of assurance that it's secure in this system.
I got a question. Then, if we eventually did this, then would Mr. Smith be at home and change his withholdings when he wanted to?
No, he would not have the permissions to be able to get in and do that type of stuff.
There wouldn't be employee self-service connected with this then?
There would be, yes, but they wouldn't be able to get in and change their withholdings because that requires a signed document. From the auditor's purpose, they have to fill out a new W-4 form or a new K-4 form.
That might be something that our auditors, I think they need to get up to date. Because companies and places have that. They've had that for years.
And if you'll go back and look at last year's audit report, it's something we've been written up on in the past, not having current forms. So, but they will have the ability to access past paycheck stubs, prior year W-2 forms, all of that kind of stuff, their leave. But as far as being able to just arbitrarily go in and make those kind of changes, they wouldn't be able to do that.
Government's thinking, I guess so.
No, I'm wondering if
all the
they,
time.
I'm wondering if they can, but it also generates that form in order for them to do it.
It's all electronic and you're doing it with your password and everything.
That's possible. You know what, I haven't had a chance to really research the software and see what all it entails. It was something that, we had another issue. We lost I lost a full day's worth of work. Marla lost an AP run that had to be put back in. And it was just the frustration of, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't have to keep doing this. So I wanted to see what else was out there. I do know that if we decide to go this route, it would be sometime mid to late fall before they would even be able to get to us. So, because they've had such a run on this software.
The current software system we have now, we don't pay any annual fees. or
Yes, we
anything
do.
like that.
We do. It's currently costing us about $4,900 a year. So for just the financial software piece. Harris also handles our school cafeteria program. They are our Go Registar system. They are going to be the provider for our Alert Now voice messaging system where we are able to call people's phones and let them know about things that are occurring, so. And
So there could also maybe be updates with that stuff also.
that I
Or
don't
is
know.
that-
Those are things I need to check into.
Yep. We're ready for communications then. Board member activities and reports. Stan, we'll start with you.
I attended the special ed co-op meeting here, and we approved the contract for the engineer. New assistant director. Everything from approved a little bit of money for moving expenses. All that. Moving stuff.
This is direct liaise with board report, not that since it did involve some school discussion on we went to Atwood on Thursday, and Barb was also part of that trip, so trying to, but, and Wendy Hacker, the counselor, was also with us, and Caleb Rudy, who had just completed his trip to Boise State, participated too. One of the big themes there was that the school had really kind of, I think, been a part of trying to change the culture of the town that embraced the idea that coming back to live in your community where you grew up is something that you're proud of, not something where you say, oh, what are you doing back here? You're too smart for this, you know? And the school's, I think, just been real involved in kind of keeping in touch with their alumni and helping plug them into opportunities as they arise. I think we had a good trip. Would have ordered some cooler weather if we could have. But Wendy told me today that she said that he's gone to Caleb had gone to the cheerleaders fireworks stand, and they were talking about, he's apparently putting the others there. What would you be interested in doing back home? So he was, yeah, I think he got something out of it, so.
I think what impressed me the most about the trip was their mother spoke to us first, the two young men came back about Tyler's age. Well, one of them is 2 years older than Tyler, the other one's 4 years older. Brothers that has started a business and they're expanding, and the business is just big, it's just huge. Just the fact that, yeah,
5-year-old company's got 25 employees.
and they're all the same age.
They're near and years.
Yeah.
What is the business?
Surefire. Never heard of it. It's a hydraulic system for planters.
Yeah, they make accessories for spray equipment.
Yeah, the spray side, but they're expanding into another engineer has moved in with them, and he has looked at other avenues, so there's expanding. And built this huge building just in May, and they've already got that full. They're talking about building a new building, 2 new houses. One of the engineers moved back, he found a house, so he's got to live in Colby. And the father of the 2 boys boys that started a business said, nope, we're not gonna do that. He says, I'm gonna start buying rental houses in town, so people can live in them and work there. So, I mean, it's just kind of, you know, it's moving into several different areas, but it was pretty fascinating to see and just see the enthusiasm of the young men. But we had a good time, a lot of conversation between Stafford County. Do you have any activity besides that? I was just gonna say, Mr. Bergen, how he was my reports. That's all I have is almost.
Tom?
I don't have anything.
Y'all okay, Chad? Everything to report? The only report I have is thank you for each of the volunteers that helped me this evening. This reception, I appreciate that very much. Great turn. Appreciate you taking this. Administrative reports, we'll start with elementary.
I attended the first of several meetings at ESDAC Principals Group. And each month, they'll talk about different things, keep us up to date with what's going on in the legislature and things like that. I think it's going to be a really interesting group of people to network with and get some new ideas and see what other principals are doing. So I went to that at ESDAC, and we do meet again in August, so, and once a month throughout the school year. And sorry, Mr. Bergen is there too, so I stole a good report, so that's all I have officially to report, but personally, we moved into the new house Saturday, so I get to change my address in the Harris software program. Yeah. And we don't have internet yet or a phone, so that's kind of nice. But sorry if you've emailed me.
I don't have anything special. I've been working on the schedule in June. It's very interesting. I'm very excited.
You have a document there on, I think you're used to having a written report, but it kind of helps me, I guess. And if you think of something I said that you can't remember what it was and you didn't write it down, at least then you'll have it. The first thing is, what I gave you there is just an entry plan, just kind of a, you know, the first few months of my tenure here and some things that I need to look at doing, more just to help me know what I have to do, you know. It's not an all-inclusive list. There's a lot of to-dos that aren't on here, of course, but I did want to share this with you. On the third page is just kind of a little bit about my vision for what I believe about school districts and schools and I'll call your attention just to the bottom of that third page there where it shows the students are the absolute most important thing for what we do here. I wouldn't have a job, you wouldn't be sitting at this table if it wasn't for those kids. That's why we're here, and keep them at the top of the list. The second group on there is, you know, teachers have the most impact on what kids learn. The effectiveness of the teacher is where it's at. And whatever we can do to support that is high on the priority list. And then support staff and administration, supporting what they do, and that's all built on the foundation of the community, which is represented by the Board of Education. So I'm not going to go through all this, but I did want to share that with you. It's kind of a working document to as we go along. Also on that report, I know Dr. Kenworthy may have shared some of this with you, but it doesn't hurt to be reminded again. The transportation rule was one thing that changed in the past. School districts could pick up students that were more than 10 miles from their attendance center, the school that they would go to in their district, if they're more than 10 miles away. Another district could go in and pick them up. They've changed that to 2.5 miles. So for whatever reason they did that, I can't answer that. But every kid we have that's 2.5 miles outside, away from the school, they're eligible to be picked up by neighboring district's school bus. I think we can work together in the county and not make it a bad situation. It goes both ways there. The tax cuts was another big thing. You've probably heard some of the news there. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't want to get too political here, but if you think about the way it exists now, we're looking at a 25% reduction in income taxes. The state general fund is what funds our schools, and that's made up of about half income taxes. So if you think about that, a 25% reduction in half the budget, that's a 12.5% cut. They cut everything across the board. Think about our budget here. What would we do if we had to cut our budget 12.5%? Well, we can't cut our utility bill 12.5%. There's a lot of things we can't cut. So if the economy does not grow like some expect it to, things could get really ugly. So what will come of that, I don't know. The career and technical education, the legislature didn't make a dramatic changes to the whole formula. The point-5 funding is still in place. They did establish a $1,000 award to schools if you have a student earn a credential, take an assessment, and earn a credential in a high-need field. The school district would get a $1,000 payment. It's still kind of up in the air. Mr. Bergen, have you heard anything more on
That's pretty much what I know.
I think the high-need areas haven't even been identified yet. So that may be something that we'll be pursuing, and maybe additional revenue, I'm not sure. I think there's an important primary coming up August 7th. Our districts here, they're new to me, but I understand they've changed somewhat with the redistricting, with the reapportionment. That was supposed to have been done by the legislature that they couldn't accomplish, and the courts took care of that. So Stafford County is in the 113th district for the House. There's only one person that has filed to run. He's from Lyons, Marshall Christman. I don't know anything about him. And then our Senate district is now the 33rd district, and we have 2 people running for that, Ruth Teigman and Rich Holmes. So that is a very important primary. If you need some information from KSB on how those folks have voted and as far as what KSB considers to be a position of supporting public education, I'd be glad to send you that information. One other thing, sorry, 2 other things. KSB training, Dr. Maxheim, I've talked to him about possibly some goal setting or facilitation of some training for the board and myself. He said the training is usually 1.5 to 2 hours. There is no cost for this. That's part of what we pay KSB for. If the board would be interested in doing that, we could set something up soon. My thought is that if we have to have an extra meeting for the budget hearing in late August, we could have that as part of that meeting, if we need to come for that anyway. Just a thought, but anybody have any direction on that, I'd be glad to hear it. It doesn't need to be tonight, but everybody didn't take too much time sitting at this table. It's something that's awkward, but we already pay our money for.
It'd be a bad idea.
Is there anybody else that does that within KSB besides
Yes.
Dr. Hine?
Yes. It might be better.
I think that might be nice to explore what options there would be.
Sure. Yeah, there are others.
Okay.
And then one other thing, it's not on the list, but I talked to Merlin about it. We didn't discuss this in my contract negotiation, but a cell phone. I've been provided a cell phone. I kind of assumed that the school had a cell phone for me, and somebody said that wasn't the case. So I wanted to ask if it was okay that we got a cell phone for me. The state of Kansas has a pool. Verizon gives a great deal. It's $50 a month. It's unlimited data. And more than enough minutes to take care of what I need. I think that's an integral part of what I do. I use that for my email, and you all expect me to answer the phone when you call me. But I didn't want to pursue that as, it doesn't necessarily have to be part of the contract, my employment contract. It just be seen as a district expense, just like a laptop would be. There doesn't need to be any action, but if anybody had heartburn about that, I would pursue another route.
I asked him to bring it up, wasn't part of the contract, but I think it's also something more going to be effective to be able to have access. And another thing is the new data, just to keep up with the IT stuff, that's good for, stuff that is being proposed. Sorry with you, I would just be getting approval before we had pursued that exploitation, but purchasing power to do so without approving.
Do we get it from over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I think that's part of the deal. Yeah, yeah. And that's all I had on that. And if you have, I didn't want to go through all of that information. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, feel free.
I think if you can, go ahead and pursue something on the goal setting. I think we need to get that established as soon as we can. That before the fall gets real busy, that'd be really good. Is there anything else under communications? We have executive session for personnel negotiations and
We start with 15 minutes. I need Mr. Bergen for a brief period of time for one evaluation.
You need a break? Because I think there's some cake. I made sure they left some cake for everybody.
That's good cake.
15 minutes with Josh and Mike.
Second.
Second, go into executive session for personnel negotiations for 15 minutes with Josh and Mike. All in favor, right hand, vote same sign, 7-0.
I'm sorry, I missed two motions.
And resignations and contracts.
I recommend that the board approve the resignation of Brian Wood as assistant football, high school football.
I move to accept the resignation.
Second.
Moved and second to accept the resignation of Brian Wood as high school assistant football coach. All in favor, right hand. Opposed, same sign, 7-0.
I recommend that the district hire J.D. Webb as custodian.
I
move to hire J.D. Webb as custodian.
Second.
Moving second to hire J.D. Webb as custodian. Discussion, all in favor, right hand, opposed, same sign, 7-0. Future agenda items?
The only other thing I had other than what we've talked about with budget and everything was board policy updates, getting SB some recommendations for that, so. One of the upcoming board meetings in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll have our first read of those and then approval of all the meetings.
Hearing no more, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, move we